he was having problems even remembering certain parts on the guitar, that would definitely be devastating to him. And he wouldn't be able to take that as a person.
There are many cases of people taking their own lives when confronted with the prospect of such a harrowing decline.
You hush.
The suicide theory does not convince me.
Hush.
If Prince was so depressed
We're
that he
fine.
took his own life, would he have taken such firm steps to kick his drug habit? And on the last evening, he was waiting for the addiction specialist who was due to arrive the following morning. So would he have flown him all the way from Los Angeles if he was contemplating suicide? I don't believe he took his own life, and neither does the sheriff's office.
We have no reason to believe at this time it's a suicide. The rest of it's under investigation.
It then emerges that the person who claimed to find the suicide note never showed it to anyone, so its existence cannot be verified. Finally, 6 weeks later, the medical examiner reveals the actual cause of Prince's death.
Prince died of an overdose from the powerful painkiller fentanyl. Fentanyl is nearly 100 times stronger than morphine and nearly 50 times stronger than heroin. It targets the brain's reward system by flooding the circuits with dopamine, a feel-good hormone. This produces a euphoric effect, but an overdose of fentanyl is lethal. It depresses the respiratory system and can cause death by slowing down breathing until it stops. Prince appeared to be very serious about kicking his drug habit. So why did he take this extremely strong painkiller?
The symptoms described by Prince's chef could provide another clue.
Those symptoms suggest that Prince could have been suffering from drug withdrawal, and the clean shot cleaned his system of the effects of the narcotics. And he was taking positive steps to kick his alleged drug habit. So by the time that he has his last meal, he may have gone a week without drugs. The fever, nausea, and cramps that he was experiencing, according to the chef, may have caused him to relapse and reach for what he thought was a familiar painkiller. Except that apparently the branded pills that he took were not what they appeared to be.
A report claims that when the police process the crime scene after Prince's death, they find a number of hidden bottles of over-the-counter vitamins and aspirins, which they send away for analysis. When the results come back, they are shocking. The innocent-looking bottles contained extremely powerful painkillers, including fentanyl.
Fentanyl is so strong and so addictive, no responsible physician would ever give anyone an open-ended supply. It was reported that the investigation into Prince's death showed that he had no prescriptions of any controlled substances in the state of Minnesota for the 12 months prior to his death. So, if true, he must have obtained these falsely branded pills illegally.
To avoid detection, these illegal painkillers are disguised as innocent-looking name-brand aspirin and vitamins. As little as 2 milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. But those who make it illegally are not meticulous about how much goes into each pill.
Prince's cause of death statement shows that he died from a fentanyl overdose, and according to reports, his levels were extremely high. Having managed his alleged drug habit for so long, Prince would have known his drugs and the dosages that he could tolerate. Therefore, I think that Prince probably didn't know that the pills he took that night had fentanyl in them. I believe Prince died from a tragic accident bordering on a homicide. Sadly, in the United States, fatal overdoses from powerful painkillers are increasing exponentially. It's important to point out that the making and distribution of fentanyl sold under the guise of another prescription medication leading to death can be considered murder.
I think Prince's legacy is that dreams come true. He came from nothing, he had nothing, and became so successful. And I think it proves that we're capable of doing and becoming anything we want if we work hard enough.
He brought everybody together. You know, it didn't matter what age or race you were.
His music is going to last for a long, long, long time.
Prince burned brighter and longer than most pop artists. He brought pleasure to millions of fans around the world. But as he famously sang in his hit song 1999, life is just a party, and parties weren't meant to last.